Hungover. We're super hungover right now.
Yeah, we are still hungover from that Rams game on Thursday, but the rest of the NFC North play, we're going to talk about that and just kind of, get back on track. It's game week, a new week to turn the tide for the Vikings right now.
Turn the tide. Well said. Well said. Do you actually have a hangover today? I was a good boy yesterday. Zero hangover.
No, I didn't have a hangover today. No.
Well, lame. All right, we got Viking funeral. Know what just happened there? Boz in the house. Ashley in the house. Solly the Viking. Am I killing that?
No, I think you nailed it. We're going to beat the Colts.
No hangover today. Chris Olson, I bet you were hungover the other day, though. You were whapping those craft beers.
Those IPAs are going down quickly. Hey, Harmsy made it.
Harmsy. We haven't seen Harms in a while. It's been a while. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
It's been a minute, Harms. Let's make sure that doesn't happen again. Lions are the most complete team in football right now. 2 points. 2 points. We should have
giving the Lions their roses. Boss man says, "Hey, dudes." That's what he's wearing right now. Some hey dudes. Nothing else.
Maybe what's going on? Chris Olson went down smooth. Yes, he did. Some were questioning if the second one was a real deal. I believe you, Chris. I would never doubt you.
I'm on the fence, Chris.
I'm on 3 days. No hangover. Next Monday, another story. That might be true, Norman.
Yeah.
Sunday night football, whap and bruise. We got to get Lupagus drunk.
No way.
Like he did that one time.
That was not good. Dalton's in the house.
Dalton, two-tone. What's going on, buddy? Almost went skull to the hole. Not for the
He almost did.
Yeah. That we'll talk about the Bears game briefly, but man, what unbelievable. I can't believe Eberflus is still employed.
Yeah, and his excuse it's pissed enough Bears fans.
Yeah, I mean, the press conference alone. I mean, the game was one thing. The press conference alone should have got his ass fired. What a stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah. Steve Hornick, no hangover, but next week there will be.
Draft night drunk goof.
Just trying to explain how excited I was for J.J. McCarthy. Couldn't put into words. Couldn't form words.
Yeah, it was bad drinker.
No, maybe a really good drinker.
Anybody who knows you personally knows you're probably one of the worst. Get very creepy. Gets creepy.
Creepy.
Weird. You are.
No.
Yeah, you are. It's been confirmed.
No.
All right, we'll give it another minute. We got plenty to talk about. See what's going on in the NFC. See what's going on for the Vikings this week. Some big questions. Are we going to be buyers, sellers? Are we going to get back on track? What are we going to do? Let us know in the comments how you're feeling. Lions sending a message to the league. They didn't score 40 plus with us.
They didn't. Pivotal week for the Vikings, though. Pivotal.
Pivot. Very important step in basketball.
It is. I never
pivot.
I never was coached up how to pivot, so I never played basketball.
Just pretend that foot is nailed to the floor. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. All right, let's do it. Let's talk. Let's start off with the NFC North. Let's start with, the Lions. We don't even got to talk about it. Let's start with it. They kicked the shit out of them which way. Everybody contributed. Special teams, Goff, Gibbs. Like, they're just a very well-oiled machine right now.
Did you see? I think Goff threw for like 89 yards, and they still put up like 42.
Didn't he throw for 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, but 80-something yards.
I did not see the 80-yard stat.
It was insane. So, yeah, the Lions are rolling right now, looking like one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NFL. So, you know what? Good for them. Good for them, Lions.
Don't care. We stuck with them, and I would happily play them tomorrow. Packers, this one kind of sucks a little bit because the Jaguars were actually up late, and I was like, oh, man, this would be so beautiful for the Jaguars. Yeah. And they squeak it out 30-27, another game-ending field goal by their kicker.
Yeah, and Jordan Love gets hurt in this game. I thought it was his hip, but it came out to be something else. Groin. So we'll see how much that lingers. But Malik Willis goes in there and just gets this team rolling.
Tell me I'm an idiot, but
you're an idiot.
I would rather I'm more scared to play Malik Willis than I am Jordan Love.
Yeah. Something weird there with that team when he gets
Anytime
in there.
You see Willis play, first off, he hasn't thrown an interception yet. Jordan Love threw an interception to the Jaguars, who have 2 picks all year. Like, that just shows how much Jordan Love just gives up the ball. Malik Willis scares the shit out of me with his legs, and he's actually throwing the ball good. I'm not saying the Packers have a controversy here, but I would rather play Love.
Yeah, it's weird. It's definitely weird with the Packers. But again, the key was they did squeak out a win, so they are now second in the NFC North with 6-2 record. Vikings fall to they're 5-2. They fall to third, but
hold on. You got to break Jeff some bad news here.
It's for the whole year, Jeff, and probably into next year.
Jeff, I hope your Monday gets better.
I hope you're sitting down, Jeff.
Just ruined your Monday. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, Vikings were this close to being in the cellar in the NFC North, going from the top to the bottom, but the Bears somehow lose on a Hail Mary by the Commanders in a play that was just fantastic if you do not like the Bears.
Unbelievable. Like, not only seeing it live, like, I completely crapped my pants. I crapped my pants at the shower. But then when they show it afterwards, we see what Tyreek Stevenson's doing, like, that just made it 10 times better. It's so bad.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
bad.
And over there, the play's starting. He's facing the other direction. He has to run over, and then he's the guy who tips it right to Noah Brown.
Not just facing the other direction, taunting the crowd. And you can see there are people pointing to him, like, and they're probably Bears, like, dude. And he's just sitting there.
You never see it. That just shows the immaturity level of this Bears team. They're a young team, and for that to happen, I think only one guy boxed out. It was the veteran safety there. But yeah, just a great ending for us, for anybody who's not a Bears fan. Horrible ending if you're a Bears fan. That one's got to hurt. And again, for this defense to hold that Commanders team to 15 points prior to that, pretty impressive for them to do that. And I know the offense wasn't really clicking for the Bears yesterday, but yeah, I mean, maybe Daniels wasn't healthy.
Bears looked like shit for 3 quarters. They had like Williams had like 30 yards through those first 3 quarters. Yeah. They looked so bad. They are so lucky they have a defense that is actually pretty damn good, because that offense was brutal.
Yeah, and that Commanders offense is legit. So, I mean, that thing was humming. To hold them to where they did was very impressive by the Bears defense. I will give them props for that, but losing that game was – it's like a season changer. And then now there's all this controversy with their head coach. Like, I think a lot of fans and you know, those who follow the Bears want him out the door. I don't think it's going to happen.
Idiot.
But, yeah.
Fucking offensive lineman the ball.
Yeah, what the hell?
Shit you'll ever see.
A backup center of all people. Guy wasn't even out there in the field.
Doug Kramer.
So
wasn't his name Doug Kramer?
Yeah, I think it was Doug Kramer. No, I think that's right.
Unbelievable. Right. And it wasn't. I think that was on first down. It's like you have 3, or maybe a second. I think they threw the ball first. And the best part is we would have been in last place. The Bears would have climbed up a spot, and that's got to make it sting even worse. 5-2 to 4-3 with the teams that they have coming up. That was such a big win. Yeah. Such a big win. They got some tough ass games ahead of them. They had to have that win.
And they didn't get it. They didn't get it. So they are in the cellar, the Bears, where they belong. Tyreek Stevenson, you deserve to get your buttocks spanked until they bleed. That was just so boneheaded. So
then he we're not, this is the last we're going to talk about the Bears, but then he like doesn't talk to the press afterwards and then just puts a stupid tweet out. It wasn't stupid. He was apologizing, but it's like, face the music, man. Come on, Tyreek.
That was so bad. All right, so Vikings. Here we go. We're 5-2, third in the NFC North. We were riding the top. We fell back a little bit, but questions this week.
Packers, though, they're only ahead of us because they played another game. Like, we got the tiebreaker there. We've beaten the Packers, but they haven't had a bye yet. So we're in third place, but little gray area there.
Biggest questions for the Vikings this week. T.J. Hawkinson should be back, will be back. He's been activated. So finally, Hawks debut, return to the Vikings this Sunday night. That's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. We need him. We got to break this 2-game losing streak. Yeah. Hawkinson's going to be ginormous. I can't wait to see him out there.
Well, I mean, his presence, is this what's going to fix this offense? Is this going to make us, be able to convert third downs when we need to late in games? Can we get more than 4 touchdowns in 14 quarters, which we've had the last 14 quarters? Can we be consistent, continue to move the ball, give our defense some rest? Is Hawkinson that missing piece? Definitely, I think he's a big part of it. And I also think Jordan Addison needs to get involved a little bit more as well. Spread the ball around a little bit.
Chris Olsen, you're right. Hit that like button. I don't know if we're even up to like 10 right now. Hit that like. Love to see where we're at. If you see a meandering at something,
just check.
Hit that like button. Hit
15.
that 15. Let's get to 25 likes. It'd be greatly appreciated. If you haven't subbed yet, be sure to hit that sub button. We're almost at 13,000 subs. Ain't too far away. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. Hawkinson, like moving the sticks. He's like third down, like you said. Like this is the guy you're looking for on that 3rd and 5, whatever. Pairing that up with the fact that the screen to Aaron Jones is working so good. Like Hockenson hasn't been in the mix of this offense. We haven't seen this, and he's going to be so key getting those tough first downs.
Yeah, and just the flow too. Like the whole rhythm of this offense has been off. I think Sam Darnold has been leads the league in holding on to the football. You can't have that when you don't have Christian Darrisaw. So I think Darnold has to get back to getting the ball quick, and having a guy like T.J. Hockenson right there in the middle being a safety valve should definitely help that out.
Yeah, Hockenson just it's going to be wonderful. And it's not like one of these things where he's going to come in and disrupt anything. Like he's only going to help things going on. The last couple of games, like you said, it's just like he can only help, and he's a damn good blocker. I mean, he's a pretty good blocker. So that's a big deal as well. Still having Josh Oliver out there. So Hockenson, it's going to be pick your poison defense. Colts, who are you gonna cover?
Yeah, exactly. They have no chance. They have no chance. The O-line is another area that has question marks. What will the Vikings do to replace Christian Darrisaw? Will it be Blake Brandel going to the left tackle, Dalton Risner going left guard, and then Ingram staying on the right side? Seems to be like that's the way they're thinking. We'll see what they do. I'm sure KLC will address it here pretty soon. By midweek, I would think he maybe would even unravel who's going to be playing where.
Jeff, I hope they never offer Jalen Naylor a meal again after that drop touchdown pass. Gross. Yeah. Yes, a lot more 12-man packages on offense. Beefy. Yeah, offensive line. Let's comments real quick. And we over 25 likes? Did we do it?
We have to. I mean, we're so close. Let me hit refresh.
I'm wanting. What do you got?
24.
Did we go down?
We're on 24.
24. Robert Griffith.
Oh, but you know what? I haven't hit like yet. We're at 25.
Oh, that's cheating. I consider it still 24. I kind of want. I kind of want Brendel to be bumped out to left tackle. Risner left guard.
Yeah, but then that keeps Ed Ingram on the right side. So I mean, if you're getting Ed Ingram out the field, I think that's the number one option to me. Because I think Q Bear will be fine at left tackle, and you got Blake Brandel left guard.
He wasn't fine in his short little stint when Darrisaw went on.
He's been fine in the past. Everybody has some bad reps. We'll see. Again, I think thinking Ed Ingram off the field would be my number one option if I'm making that decision.
If there was if I knew it was going to be like Ed Ingram, the Dalton Risner, yes, it could possibly be better, but it's not like this ginormous improvement. So it's like if there was like this huge improvement to get Ed Ingram off the field, I'd be all for it. Like I would be on your side, but I don't know. I don't see that huge bump. Like it's not going to make this. It's not this game changer.
Well, and regardless if it's Brandel or Q Bear on the left side, I think you got to get that ball out quicker. Darnold's got to, it's got to be 3 steps and out. You can't be back there with that time. You don't know who's going to be coming. So I think they definitely should work on that. Get the ball out quicker.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be night and day. Darrisaw, I feel like a lot of Vikings fans just kind of take him for granted because he's so good, and we kind of forget about him. Mm-hmm. We're gonna learn to love him very quickly in these next coming weeks. I don't think it's a dagger. It's not a dagger. Where also the Vikings, even though they're at 5-2 and have a chance to make a little bit of a playoff push here, make playoffs. Like I've seen a lot of people be like, "Oh, we're done. It's over, regardless." Yep. Like even if we make the playoffs, we're done. You got to have that left tackle in the league.
We've already proven to be a resilient bunch. So, yeah, we'll figure it out. There's different ways you can combat it. And I think they'll definitely scheme that up. But this offense has to turn it around. We cannot keep going, 14 points off the scripted plays and then 6 points the rest of the game. That has to improve. It's just so bad. Dusty's
still hammering in Millers. Does that mean he's drinking beers right now?
I think
still hammering Miller. I hope so.
I
hope you're having some Millers. They're delicious.
Absolutely delicious. Dusty Ray still says Vikings are going to the Super Bowl this year. Back to Darrisaw, one little thing. This was the Stouffer, our psychic. He did say that no one else would have any major injuries, so that was the one thing he was wrong on. But so far, he's been pretty on with his predictions.
I'm glad you took the time to mention how wrong he is.
I just was thinking because the vibe was so good, he was nailing it, and I'm like, holy shit! And now he got something wrong. So we'll see. We'll see how he pans out.
All right, yes. Let's talk Blake Cashman. The other biggest question is he going to be ready to go? It's been pretty quiet in the Blake Cashman front. I know. I know when he first went down, they were looking at it as potentially a couple weeks. So a couple weeks, maybe he's back. I think he he better be back. Jonathan
think
Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, they were making it sound last week they'd be back for the Colts game. I think that was always kind of the target after the injury. I hope so, because God, we need him. His coverage was definitely missed against the Rams. The whole middle of the field was exposed. Ivan Pace Jr. Just cannot cover anybody. So having Cashman back would be huge for this defense. And you hate to have it come down to one player. Like, we suck unless this guy's gone on the field, but that's surely what it looks like with Blake Cashman.
Yeah, I'm not putting it all on that. I think opposing offenses have definitely figured some things out on our defensive side of the ball. But Cashman definitely has a little bit to do with it. But I wish it was that easy.
I don't think it is that easy, but that's certainly what it looks like. So we'll see what Brian Flores does with his adjustments too. It's like nothing changed, and that middle of the field is constantly open. So he's got to figure out a way to combat that, and this pressure has to hit home. Like the Rams O-line, which isn't great, was definitely holding their own against our pass rush.
Well, and Ivan Pace was like so bad. Like it was like the opposing quarterback didn't have to try. I mean, it was elementary.
He had no idea what he's doing out there in coverage. So definitely very easy to tell that. So Vikings definitely have some questions to answer this week as the Colts come to town.
All right, let's go to the big one. People seem to be very have some strong thoughts on this as far as if the Vikings should be potential buyers, or hell, if all of a sudden we shit the bed, could they even be sellers?
Yeah.
I'm very curious. Comments, buyers, sellers, just stand pat. Pat Williams, Pat from SNL, Pat
Sajak.
Summerall. Pat Sajak's a good one.
Thank you.
Buyers, sellers, stand pat. Trade Addison for Horn and Thielen. Wow, basketball guy coming in hot. Horn's tempting. They could keep Thielen.
Yeah, well, he wants him back.
Buyers. Get Jeff Simmons. According to Diane Rossini, he's off limits.
Off limits. No, not for
Everybody's
you.
got a price tag.
That's right.
Delton
$1
says,
million man.
I thought Delton might just say we're good. Bye. Lord Duncan, what's going on, buddy? Stand pat. Quick, another pat. Pat
Jones.
God, that's a good one. Buy. Vikings rarely sell. Patty O'Malley. I don't know who that is.
I trust her, though. I trust her.
Sounds like he or she loves to drink. O'Malley.
Trade
for Lord Duncan.
Not interested.
Look at Darnold's rating by quarter first. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. They need to script about 80 of those fuckers out.
Yes, trade a whole book.
Trade everybody. Trade. But yeah, I don't think we're going to sell. I don't think it's in the Vikings' DNA, Quase's DNA, or Kevin O'Connell's, or the Wilfs to just give up. Like, I don't think so. So if anything, they're buying.
I still lean that way. If we lose this Colts game, then I'm for, like, if you know some guys on this team right now aren't going to be part of the future, see what you can get. Doesn't mean you have to trade half the roster, even just a couple guys for some picks. I think isn't a bad idea to prepare for the J.J. McCarthy era to start in 2025. But I don't expect us to lose. So then you go back to, like I said in our video, you go put all your chips in and try to get like a Dexter Lawrence and use that first round pick on a guy you know is going to impact you this year and also be part of the rebuild or the future with J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, the names, and we're going to do a video on this later as far as just some rumors as far as the Vikings potentially looking at. They're not big, sexy names. Like, I haven't seen anything like Dexter Lawrence related to the Vikings or any of these big guys. They're more like role players. So, expectations got to be set as well. I think they'll make a move. I don't think it's going to be one of those big, sexy, crazy moves.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Again, if we were 7-0, 8-0, maybe you do something a little different.
Well, yeah, and even with the Vikings, like even if the Vikings lost, like the Packers, Bears, the tough part of their schedule is just coming up, like, and it is really tough. So it's not like we're out of it by any means. And the Packers play the Lions this week. You would assume the Packers are going to go 6-3. Anything can happen. So like we're right in it. So
we're in the thick of things.
We're not selling shit.
Right in the crux of the biscuit, as they say.
Crooks in the biscuit. I don't know what the hell that means.
I don't know either. Just heard it.
All right. Well, at least we admitted it. Quasey will probably trade for a punter. Obviously, basketball guy is a big Quasey guy. Bring back Kyle Sloter. Should bring him back on the show one of these days.
We should.
Some good stories.
Yeah. All right, so we talked a little bit about it already, but how do we get the offense going? How do we get this offense back on track for the Vikings?
It's a great question. Because everybody's already said it. Like as far as, and it's been all like the scripted play is the first couple drives is it's beautiful. It gets our hopes up against the Rams where you just look amazing, and then it just craps the bed. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is on this one. I mean, obviously, Aaron Jones.
Yep.
Screening the Aaron Jones. Hawkinson's back. Throw it to 18. We could say all that stuff, but they got to do it.
Well, I just feel like second quarter last week, like you don't run the ball. Like he just starts KLC after the script. He's just like, okay, throw. Just, and then after the half, when he starts thinking a little more, oh yeah, let's run the ball again. Just continue to run the ball. Do not give up on that. Keep that going. Like you mentioned, the screen pass to Aaron Jones. I feel like that should be a bigger part of this offense than it has been because those do seem to hit home when we do it. TJ Hawkinson is going to be a huge help for this. And also execution. Like Jalen Naylor, like if he catches that ball, probably scores, and all of a sudden, we're talking about a whole different game on Thursday. You have to execute. It also means like no pre-snap penalties and no holding. None of these drive killers that we've been getting with this offense over and over again. The players have to be accountable. They have to clean it up too.
Aaron Kindig, great name. That's a good one too. Cam Akers, 2 games. He doesn't even have carry. I know he's been back there on kick returns, but I fully expect some Cam Akers coming up. The Ty Chandler's done. Cam Akers and Aaron Jones show.
Yeah, and I saw something about Aaron Jones. Like he's on pace to have like his most work ever. So you might want to scale that back a little bit. So especially now with the schedule we have coming up, maybe a good time to get Cam Akers a little more involved.
Yeah, I mean, Packers never used Aaron Jones as much as they should have, though. So I'm not surprised. I mean, yeah, he's old and he needs to. He can't be having that many carries that he's projected to. But they never gave him the workload. Cam Akers, get him in.
He can take it. He can handle it. Tycoon W wants to hear anything else. He's sick of hearing about Hawkinson.
I'm not. I could talk about Hawkinson for the next 3 hours. That dude's so good. He's one of the best tight ends in the league, baby. And he's going to come out and light a fire in this team's offense.
We haven't had a chance to talk about him. We're talking about him a shit ton moving forward.
Let's talk about him some more. He's so good. What is he, 27?
Well, I want to go back to when he came in here. He got here like on a Wednesday, goes out against the Commanders, has like a 10 reception performance after coming here just for 3 days, studied the hell of the playbook, and boom, produces. That's the kind of player he is. Again, I think he's going to be huge for Sam Darnold. Hopefully they form some chemistry very quickly. Need to have that. Need to have another guy besides Justin Jefferson who Sam Darnold trusts.
Hawkinson can have chemistry with anybody. Anybody.
Yeah. Under 2 minutes. Says we have a cakewalk for a schedule. We're good.
Colts, they like the Rams. They keep every damn game close. How funny was it? Anthony Richardson took him out of the game, took himself out of the game because he was tired.
He was tired.
Could you imagine being in the front office and putting all your chips into Anthony Richardson, and he needs to come out because he's tired?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Imagine being a fan and your quarterback who's supposed to be your future. What is he, 23, 24?
Maybe he's tired. Maybe he had something going on, a little chest cold, couldn't breathe. I don't know. You don't see that very often.
There were some crazy-ass post-game press conferences yesterday. The Bears hearing that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Nobody's ever said that before. He didn't come on because he's tired.
Yeah, he was just...
And he looked like crap too. If concerns will be if he goes out and rips it up next week. He was like 10 for 32 or something.
Yeah. If he's a starting quarterback the entire game and we lose to Anthony Richardson, that's a whole another level of concern.
If Anthony Richardson goes out and has a game, Jonathan Taylor goes out and busts off 250 yards in the ground, 4 touchdowns, that'll suck, but that's something else. Anthony Richardson goes out there, throws for 300 yards and is 25 of 30 for 4 touchdowns. I'm gonna eat my monitor.
Yeah, that would kill any morale we had left on this defensive side of the ball.
Speaking of defense, I mean, how does the defense fix it?
Yeah, I don't know. Flores has got to do something different,
change it up,
something new, do something. Yeah, change it up because. definitely the offense is, and yeah, it was a veteran quarterback last week in Stafford. Before that, Jared Goff was just on a freaking roll right now. So they're able to pick it apart. If you can stand tall and fire down the middle and that pressure's coming, you can have success against Brian Flores' defense. So let's see what he comes up with this week. Hopefully it's something different, and he can really earn the praise that we were heaping upon him the first 5 games of the season.
Yeah, it seems like he's just keeps trying to figure out what to do with Josh Metellus. Like Metellus is just all over the place, but I mean he's made some plays, but like I think he's just really trying to figure out what to do with him. I mean the fact that we didn't get any pressure last week is still just nobody knows why, how. Stafford having so much damn time, so it's all the obvious stuff. We got to get back to getting the quarterback on his ass and uncomfortable.
Yeah. And if it's Anthony Richardson, I mean, you hit him once or twice, he'll be flustered the entire game.
He's going to be tired. You hit him a couple times, he's going to go out to the sidelines because it hurts.
He'll need some milk
when I get sacked.
Coach, that didn't feel good.
That didn't feel good. I'm gonna take. How long was he out for?
I don't know. I just was reading about it today. I didn't see when he came out or how long he was out for. But if you're the coach, you put him back in. I mean, like, no.
What do you think the coach said? Oh my God.
Okay.
Big 320-pound offensive lineman out there, but he's tired.
Yeah, it's not like it's week 1 or 2. I mean, this is, we're halfway through the season. He should have his legs under him.
Maybe don't use slow ass Gilmore. You know what? Caleb, you want Caleb Evans out there? I mean, there's as fun as it would say to put Nudie McLaughlin out there. Clearly, he's not ready or good enough. So you're looking at a Caleb Evans.
That's the other thing. Go back to Gilmore. Like, I mean, the tackling was so bad. Tackling was horrible on Thursday. So I'm definitely just hitting those dummies tackling all week long because we couldn't tackle anybody last week. I'm
having Ty Chandler run around, so go tackle him.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care who it is. Tackle.
All right. Before we wrap this hog up, how many likes we up to?
Let me see.
Let's talk confidence level.
Yeah.
Like it seems to be very, very extreme one way or another. Some people are just cashing in their chips. Some people say, who cares? Blah, blah, blah. How are we feeling right now? We still think playoffs are an absolute gimme?
Yep, and we're at 35 likes as we're waiting for you guys to chime in on that.
Thank you for that. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that sub.
Boom, not bad.
Boom. Line's broke. Vikings. Jane Doe, I don't know. It's a close game. Well-fought game.
We need some Scotch tape. Some
I don't know what this means. Boken.
I don't know.
Staying drunk till the season's over, Davey. Well said.
It does make sense.
Should be 36 likes.
Wow, she's not calling mine.
You're right. I'm thinking 11-6 or 12-5. Cake schedule part's coming up. It was supposed to start with the Rams. Unfortunately, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua had other plans. Mid-season losing streak, luminous grin. All right. 9 out of the next 10.
Interesting.
12-5. Yeah, I'm not wavering. Lupicus, what do you think?
No, I'm not wavering, but I am now. I don't know what to expect. Like, I don't know what to expect on Sunday. As a defense, they come out flying out, looking like they did the first 5 games. Are we going to see more of this? Anybody can move the football on us? I don't know. Offense with Hockenson back, what's that going to look like? Are we going to be good in the second half? Are we going to be able to score points after the scripted play? So I have questions now, and I don't know what to expect. Like, I feel kind of like the way I did. I want to say week 1, but maybe even week 2, just with the Niners. Like, there's a lot more question marks now with this team than I had. I was so confident against the Rams.
A lot of questions growing up. My body was changing.
Yeah. I had questions.
Valid questions.
About your body too. So I got some questions, but I'm still confident. I expect us to win Sunday. I expect us to have this winning streak going on against this AFC South that's ass. So while I do have questions, I'm still very confident.
Doug Spry said it I'm on this same page. Like I'm not wavering right now. Like I still think at 12-5, whatever, like in that area. If we lose to the Colts, I'll have much different thoughts on that moving forward. You lose 3 in a row, 2 to teams you should beat. Big questions, and then I'll start.
And one of those coming off a bye, and then one of those coming off a mini bye. Like, I mean, if you're not going to be more prepared for this game against the Colts than you're going to be this week because you have all this extra time. So if you somehow lose at home
against a quarterback who gets tired,
it's definitely concern level is through the roof at that point.
D. Garcia, send us an email. You actually won the Spices 2 weeks ago or something. I never told you. So send us an email. Quick, Dallas Hunter's getting Dallas Hunter and Sam Bradford. I keep saying it over and over.
I know you do.
And over. Dallas Turner is a handful of comments coming in about him. Just real quick, are you worried about Mr. Turner?
I'm not worried about him long term. I expected a lot more at this point, so I'm disappointed in not his performance, just his stats, his usage. But he's a rookie. Not everybody develops the same. I'm not worried, but I am a little disappointed with the production.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed. Like snap count wise too. I mean, he's not even they're not putting him on the field.
Yeah,
like he's out on the field and like, he's just not out there. And Patrick Jones, I don't know what it is. He's got the sacks, but he's also one of the worst rated something. What is it like?
I know.
Like his pressures are super. Whatever it is, they're basically saying his stats are overblown and they're glorified. Like to me, Turner, it seems like he should be getting some of Patrick Jones snaps.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I know they're kind of weeding him back a little bit lightly after his injuries. Maybe that's part of it too. Maybe that's a little bit more serious.
Yeah, like 6 snaps last week.
I think that was less. I think it was 4 2 weeks ago. I thought it was 2 last week on defense.
Yeah, they're not bringing him back.
So, yeah, whatever. Maybe they're saving him for next year, which is fine at this point. But I'd like to see more of him. Like we were expecting him to be Defensive Rookie of the Year, and he's no way in hell that's going to happen at this point.
Preseason, he was after it. Week 1, he had a sack, and we just haven't seen anything but bad special teams play from him since.
Yeah. So it's been disappointing. Rookie
not giving up on you though, Dallas.
No,
you're going to be awesome.
Disappointing rookie season.
You're going to be so fucking good.
Let's go. Dallas.
All right. Hunter. Well, we got horned up this week. It'll be normal on Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Thursday, a little sculling with the enemy. We got a Colts guy coming on. It's be a very, very busy week. Saddle up. Appreciate everybody coming on a Monday lunch. Hope everybody's having a great start to the week.
Oh, yeah. Remember this: bananas have natural chemicals that make you happy.
I love bananas. My favorite.